What started as a typical Thursday on the job at TECO's Big Bend power plant ended in tragedy.
An industrial accident killing 2 workers, critically injuring 4 others. We have live team coverage for you tonight. Jen Holloway is at Tampa General Hospital, where victims are fighting for their lives. But we're going to begin tonight with Melanie Michael. She's live at the power plant in Apollo Beach with some new information. Mel.
Hey guys, good evening to you both. After a very long and intense day, here's how things stand at this hour. The plant is fully functional, fully operational, and the night shift is currently working at this hour. But inside, we know there are many heavy hearts. Trauma at TECO, where an ordinary day ended in extraordinary grief. 6 colleagues had worked side by side, day after day, shift after shift. A team anchored in trust. And on this Thursday, they were doing what they always did, taking on a task that was supposed to be routine, never knowing an unpredictable moment would take 2 of their own, while 4 others fought for their lives.
The Tampa Electric family right now is mourning, and we are looking into this accident to make sure everybody has what they need.
For this team at TECO, their day turned into a nightmare, their hearts hurting as they announced the cause of all this chaos. They described it as an industrial accident during routine maintenance. And after they faced the cameras, their difficult day was far from over as they called the families of their coworkers.
You know, Tampa Electric is full of long-term employees, and we have long been a family.
Indeed, a day that started like any other, one that would finish with a stark reminder. 2 familiar faces would never join them again. So tonight, as the grieving process continues, the investigation also continues. They want to look at all possibilities of why this happened in the first place. We should let you know tomorrow that Governor Scott has arranged several conference calls to talk to the company and to talk to the sheriff's office and the fire department, offering condolences and support. Jen.
Melanie Michael, live for us in Apollo Beach. Mel, thank you.
As first responders rush to get the victims loaded into ambulances and helicopters, doctors and nurses at Tampa General Hospital were standing by ready to treat them. Jen Holloway continues our team coverage now. She is at the hospital. What more can you tell us about the victims, Jen, and how they are doing tonight?
Well, Keith, we've not been able to get an update this evening, but what we have confirmed is all 4 of those victims are being treated here at Tampa General Hospital for life-threatening injuries. News Channel 8 was here when the first Aeromed flight landed shortly after 5 p.m. And it wasn't long after we saw the first patient being rushed inside. The second flight delivered another burn victim. Tampa General confirming the other 2 injured patients were transported by ambulance on the ground. The hospital is, of course, protecting its patients' privacy, so we are still waiting for an update. However, Hillsborough Fire Rescue giving us an indication earlier today that all 4 have extremely serious injuries. Now, the trauma center here at Tampa General, it's well equipped to deal with the most critical of injuries. It is a level 1 trauma center. It's the only one of its kind in West Central Florida. But again, sadly, it is here tonight where those 4 victims are fighting for their lives. Keith?
Jen Holloway live at Tampa General. Thank you.
Now, TECO has had some workplace troubles in the past. According to OSHA, which is the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, the Department of Labor opened an investigation in May into what it classifies as a workplace safety issue. Now, we don't have details, but we know that investigation is still open. In June of 2010, a lineman was electrocuted while replacing a switch. He came in contact with a primary distribution line. The company was fined $6,300. Also, in October of 2010, the government investigated what it called a serious safety violation and fined TECO $5,200. And the federal government also blamed TECO and fined the company for an explosion at one of its plants back in 1999. That was a bad one. That killed 3 people and injured 50. You can stay with News Channel 8 for continuing coverage of the tragedy at Big Bend. We'll also have the latest updates on WFLA.com as well as on our breaking news app.